Hey everyone, this is Dana, and we're out here in the Kubota B2650 today, and we're going to be using my favorite tool, the Kubota BH77 Backhoe. I love having this powered shovel when we need to dig a trench, and today we're going to be burying some cable and digging a trench. It's probably about 250 feet long. We're going to make it about 24 inches deep, and there's no way I'm going to be out there digging this by hand, especially as it's about 90 degrees today. Us Alaskans are still trying to get used to this hot weather in Florida. It is really hot down here. And it's also really dark. You know, in Alaska we have almost 24 hours of daylight in the summer. And during winter time we get a lot of reflective light off the snow. So it never gets super dark outside. But down here in Florida it's pitch black at night. And so we want to get a light pole up. So we're going to go ahead and set a 16-foot 4x4 about 3 feet deep in the ground. And use this direct burial wire to get over to it. We'll mount an outlet on it and a switch on it to make it easy to get the light on and off and give us a little light around the new homestead area. Now to make this job a little easier, Evan's in the cab and I'm on the back on the shovel here. And so that way we can just pull up the outriggers, drive forward a little bit, and go ahead and dig a little bit more. It makes it a little quicker when you're doing a long project like this to have an extra set of hands. Especially, I've got the Kubota with a cab. And so that makes it really a pain to get in and out of the cab and then back onto the backhoe area. You can't just turn around your seat as you can on some of the other Kubotas. So the cab has its benefits, but this is one of the drawbacks of the cab, is you can't just spin around in your chair and work on the backhoe. But with Evan's help, we're making pretty quick work of this. Okay, so we got the light post set in there, the wires run over to it, and now we just need to get everything covered back up. I got a little water in the bucket, so we'll just let that out real quick. This is from some rainfalls, but I just had to get this on camera on multiple angles for your enjoyment. Now we did set this pole in concrete with Evan's help, and now we're going to go ahead and fill the trench back up. Here's a little behind the scenes shot with the drone, and we're actually using a post hole digger to hold up one of the Instacam 360s on its selfie stick. The other one's just sitting on the pole. Who knew a post hole digger would make a convenient tripod? You just set it up. It's really heavy duty here in the work zone, as it were. And now you can see the other Insta 360s just sitting on the pole right there on the junction box for the new light pole. Now the AC in the cab's been working good, but the windows on this get a lot of solar gain on my cab. So we're really thinking about getting the windows tinted. If anyone out there has had your windows tinted on your tractor, why don't you put that in the comments, let me know what you thought. I'm really hoping getting the windows tinted will cool it off in here. Because when it's about 90-95 down here in Florida, the AC is not really keeping up well. When the temperature drops down to about 80, the AC does a great job of keeping up with the climate control inside, keeping the cab nice and cool. But it's really hot and sunny right now. You can see there's not many clouds in the sky, so it makes it real hot in the cab. I want to give a quick congratulations to Dave over at Royal Canadian Air Force Polar Express. His channel just hit 1,000 subscribers. Great job, and if you haven't tuned into him yet, you need to go over and check out his channel. Now this dirt was really easy to dig and work with. It's completely different than what we had in Alaska. We're used to a gravel and sand mixture with what they call silt loam in it. It's really hard. Obviously in the winter you can't work with it at all. It's frozen solid like concrete. And here in Florida, this soil was so light it dug real quick. It's just basically sand. We have like a real fine, almost beach sand on our property. Now we were only in our house for 4 days when Hurricane Idalia hit this area, and so unfortunately we had to evacuate at that time, so we haven't been back in our house very long at this point. And we were lucky. The only real damage we had was a tree down in the driveway from the hurricane. Our stairs were knocked over because they're just sitting on the ground, and then we lost a couple shingles on the roof. The hurricane was gusting about 120 miles an hour when it came by our house, and the shingles actually flew off the roof and impacted the side of our gray Dodge that's sitting right there. And you could actually see the shingle imprints on the side of the truck when they blew off and smacked it. So if you haven't seen it, check out, we've got several shorts about that, shorts that show the truck up close. We are, like I said, real lucky we didn't get too much damage, but that's a little bit of damage we had. And then up in the driveway area, I've got another short if you want to check that out, where it shows an oak tree had split in half, and it impacted the ground, and it must have gone in about 5 feet straight into the ground. And we had to use the tractor to pull it back out where the branch impacted. And And in Alaska, again, we don't have huge oak trees like that. We've got real small, thin trees. And so that big oak really left an impression there, and it was a pain to haul it off and get it out of the road. So I'm smoothing this out right now with a bucket. Later, I'm actually going to get the box blade and go back over this and get it extra smooth, get all the lumps back out of it. But I'm just trying to get it filled back with the dirt right now, get the wire covered up. Because there are a whole lot of other projects that need done here on the 40 acres. It's great to have this much land. We only had 2 acres back in Alaska, and you can see we've got a good portion of it mowed back now. We're still planning out what we're going to do, where we're going to put the garden, but everything is starting to come together, finally getting to settle down onto the homestead a little bit. So I just got word that Fairbanks just had their first snowfall of the year. But down here in Florida, I think we have about 2 feet of sunshine on the ground, so I'm not going to worry about it. So from 180 Florida Life, have a great one. We'll see you next time.